News from the last day of action at Abu Dhabi Golf Club. Richard Sterne is in a tussle at the top to win the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA. Getty Having led for so much of the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA, it will be undeniably a disappointment for Shane Lowry if he does not win the title. But he has given himself hope. Having fallen 4 behind after bogeying the 11th, he has hit back with birdies at the 12th and 13th, and he is now 2 behind Richard Sterne on -17 with 5 holes to go. Dutchman Joost Luiten has eagled the last to be the clubhouse leader on -15 as he now sits on his own in 3rd spot. He will almost certainly not win, but that is a great effort all the same. 15.25 Sterne 4 ahead. Shane Lowry's challenge is beginning to capitulate. A 4th bogey of the round comes at the 11th hole, and the Irishman is now 4 behind Richard Sterne with only 7 holes remaining. Sterne has parred his past 2 holes and is cruising along on -19 and looks like a champion-elect as things stand. His South African compatriot Lewis Oosthuizen is up on his own in 3rd on -14, but with only 1 hole to go for him, he needs Sterne and Lowry to have a seriously drastic slump in form in the closing holes. 14.55 Decisive moment for Sterne. The 9th hole of the final hole may well have been the moment that Richard Sterne clinched the 2019 Abu Dhabi title. He birdied the hole to move up to -19, but Shane Lowry bogeys it to fall to -16. A 1-shot lead is suddenly up to 3. It has been a 6-shot swing on the front 9, as remember Lowry started the day leading by 3 shots. The Irishman now has 9 holes to turn it around, but Sterne is 5 under for the day and in great form, so it is looking like a big ask. 14.40 Sterne retakes the lead. A South African has never won the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA before, but Richard Sterne is doing his best to change that. He has just birdied the 8th to move 1 clear of Shane Lowry at the top on -18. It still looks as if it will be private duel between this pair, but Lewis Oosthuizen is now only 5 off Sterne, albeit with 4 holes to go off his round. 14.20 Back on level terms, this is going to be a long afternoon for both Richard Sterne and Shane Lowry. The pair are now locked on -17 at the top of the leaderboard. Sterne had taken the lead for the first time in the event on the 5th hole, but he then dropped back level with Lowry at the next hole with a bogey. Ian Poulter has moved to within 4 of the leaders in 3rd on -13 with a birdie at the 7th, while Lewis Oosthuizen is making a late charge as he up to -12 after 13 holes. 13.55 Richard Sterne leads for the first time this week. Richard Sterne is in the outright lead. The South African has made a blistering start, and a 4th birdie on the 5th hole takes him to -18. That puts him ahead of Shane Lowry, who bogeyed the 5th hole to drop back to -17. A lot of golf still to be played, but the momentum is with Sterne. 13.45 Birdies galore at the front. You cannot accuse Shane Lowry and Richard Sterne of not being up for this final day in Abu Dhabi. They have both come out of the traps flying. Sterne birdied his first 3 holes to get up to -17, and briefly be level with Lowry, but a birdie on the 4th has put the overnight leader 1 ahead again. Lowry had started himself with a birdie, but then bogeyed the 3rd. This is already looking like a private fight for victory at the front, with 3rd place pair Ian Poulter and Soren Kjeldsen 6 shots off Lowry. 13.30 Sterne puts Lowry under pressure. Richard Sterne has made a great start, as birdies at the first 2 holes have moved him to 2 shots of leader Shane Lowry. Lowry birdied the first himself, but he has still seen his playing partner gain ground on him despite now being on -18. Soren Kjeldsen has also started well, picking up 2 shots in the first 4 holes. The Dane is now on -12, level in 3rd spot with Ian Poulter, who has dropped back to that score after bogeying the 3rd hole. Meanwhile, world number 3 Dustin Johnson has finished in style with his best score of the week at Abu Dhabi Golf Club. The American hit 67 to finish on -9, which at present is part of a group of 9 players sharing 9th spot. Defending champion Tommy Fleetwood carded a 70 to finish on -5. 13.00 Everyone is on the course. The final pairing of leader Shane Lowry and his nearest challenger Richard Sterne have teed off to start their final round. Ian Poulter, who began the day in 3rd spot, has started well with a birdie to move to -13.4 off Lowry's lead. The man really on the move is Tom Lewis. The Englishman is 6 under after 12 holes to be -12 for the tournament. While he only has 6 holes remaining, Lewis, if he can finish well, can put in a strong clubhouse total that could yet prove to be a factor if nerves hit the front-runners later on. 11.55 Walters on the move. South African Justin Walters has moved into the top 10 as a birdie on the 8th has moved him to -9 and a share of 9th place. We are just under an hour away from leader Shane Lowry beginning his final round. Best performer so far is Scott Henn. The Australian has completed his final round with a 5 under 67, and that leaves him on -7 in the standings in a tie for 25th. Meanwhile, have a look at this fun video short from the European Tour in which Tommy Fleetwood and Henrik Stenson both show impressive acting skills. 11.05 Overcast conditions unlikely to deter Lowry. It is a somewhat overcast morning in Abu Dhabi. Conditions may well have cleared up by the time leader Shane Lowry hits the course at 12:50 p.m., but even if they have not, it is unlikely to deter him. Friday's 3rd round was hit by windy conditions and Lowry excelled in them as his 67 helped him stretch his lead at the top to 3 shots. Lowry had said on Friday night, "I felt very comfortable out there and I'm happy with that. Obviously I'm in a great position. It's been a while since I've been up having a lead going into the final day. I'll enjoy it." To catch up on a full report of Friday's 3rd round, check out Paul Radley's report here. 10.10 Kaymer starts well. Martin Kaymer is the most successful player in the history of the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA with 3 titles to his name. A 4th one is not coming his way in 2019, but he has at least started his final round well. He has birdied the 2nd, 3rd and 4th holes to be 3 under after 4 holes and -7 for the tournament. That is still 10 shots off leader Shane Lowry, but a strong finish could still get the German into the top 10. 9:40 The tee times leader Shane Lowry is in the final group on the course, with nearest challenger Richard Sterne. They did not tee off until 12:50 p.m. A full list of the playing schedule for Saturday's final day of action at Abu Dhabi Golf Club can be found below. Read more. Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA, final round groups and tee times, 9:20 The final day is underway. Good morning. The final day of the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA is underway and we should know in around 8 hours who will be going home with the Falcon Trophy. Shane Lowry looks the man most likely to achieve that. The Irishman has been in front, or had a share of the lead, since Wednesday lunchtime, and his 5 under 67 has left him 3 clear on -17 ahead of his final round. South African Richard Sterne is his nearest challenger on -14, with Ian Poulter on -12 and Pablo Larrazabal on -11 also in the mix. The opening groups are already on the course and conditions look promising for some low scores. Scott Henn, -4, Sam Horsfield, -4, and Sander Lombard, 2, are among the players who are 2 under in their rounds. Stay with the National as the day unfolds for all the action and updates. Read more. Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA, final round groups and tee times. Conditions prove to be a breeze for Shane Lowry as he extends lead in Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. Presented by EGA, Day 3 as it happened hole by hole guide to Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship presented by EGA. Players try to adjust to new rules at Abu Dhabi. Updated January 19, 2019 3:53 p.m.